There comes a moment in life when you realize that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hold your hand forever, push you forward, or carry your dreams on their shoulders. It's all on you. Your growth, your progress, your success, it's your responsibility. The sooner you accept this truth, the sooner you take control of your own life. Most people spend their lives waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone to validate them, waiting for circumstances to be perfect. But here's the harsh reality. Waiting is just another name for wasting. If you keep waiting for life to hand you opportunities on a silver platter, you will be left behind, watching others live the life you once dreamed of. I've seen people who have big dreams but lack the courage to chase them. They tell themselves stories. I don't have enough resources. I wasn't born in the right place. People don't support me. And maybe, just maybe, those excuses sound valid. But ask yourself, do they change anything? If you keep telling yourself that life is unfair, does it suddenly become fair? No. If you keep complaining about a lack of support, do people magically start believing in you? No. What changes your life is action. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe yourself everything. You owe yourself the discipline to wake up every morning and push forward even when no one is watching. You owe yourself the courage to step outside your comfort zone, even when fear is screaming at you to stay where you are. You owe yourself the determination to keep going, even when no one believes in you yet. There's something powerful about taking full responsibility for your life. The moment you stop blaming circumstances, the moment you stop expecting others to give you opportunities, is the moment you become unstoppable. Because when you take control, nothing can hold you back. Not rejection, not failure, not even the opinions of those who say you can't make it. People will doubt you, they will question your abilities, some will even laugh at your dreams. And that's fine, that's part of the process. You don't need to convince them, you don't need to explain yourself, you just need to focus. Work so hard on yourself that one day those same people have no choice but to respect you. Every successful person you admire today was once in a place where no one believed in them. They started with nothing, faced obstacles, and walked through failures. But they never used those setbacks as excuses to stop. They used them as fuel to grow, to improve, to sharpen their skills. That's what you need to do. Instead of waiting for someone to push you, push yourself. Instead of wishing for support, become so good that people have no choice but to notice you. Your success is your responsibility, but that also means your failures are too. If you are not where you want to be, ask yourself, are you truly giving it your all? Are you really doing everything you can to change your situation? Or are you just making excuses? It's easy to blame life, but real power comes from taking ownership. Because when you accept responsibility, you also accept the fact that you have the power to change things. And once you step into that power, everything shifts. You stop seeking validation, you stop waiting for motivation, you stop depending on external forces to determine your destiny. You become the kind of person who wakes up with purpose, who works on their goals even when no one is clapping for them, who keeps going even when the journey is lonely. That's how you shock the world. Not by talking about what you're going to do, but by actually doing it. By becoming the person you once thought was impossible to be, by proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. No one is responsible for your growth but you, so stop waiting. Start building. The world will notice when the results speak for themselves. There will always be moments in life when people misunderstand you, they will question your choices, criticize your dreams, and doubt your abilities, and your first instinct might be to explain yourself. To make them see why you're doing what you're doing, to convince them that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you are serious about your journey. But here's the truth. No amount of explaining will ever change the mind of someone who is committed to misunderstanding you. Too often we waste our energy trying to make others see our vision. We try to justify why we're chasing something bigger than ourselves. We defend our passion, our hard work, and our choices, hoping that if we just say the right words, people will finally believe in us. But why do we feel the need to explain ourselves? Why do we seek validation from those who don't even walk the same path as us? The reality is people only understand from their level of perception. If someone has never dreamed big, they won't understand your ambition. If someone has never taken risks, they won't understand your courage. If someone has never stepped outside their comfort zone, they won't understand your determination. And that's okay. They don't need to understand. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you are working on yourself, why you are trying to become better, or why you refuse to settle for an average life. Silence is powerful. When you stop explaining and start doing, you shift the focus from words to results. You don't have to convince anyone of your worth. Let your actions speak. Let your progress become your proof. Let your success make the noise that your words never could. Because the truth is, people believe in what they can see. They may not understand your dreams today, but they won't be able to ignore your success tomorrow. Think about the people who have achieved great things. Did they stop every step of the way to explain themselves to those who doubted them? No. They kept moving forward, despite the noise, despite the criticism, despite the lack of support. They understood that success is not about talking, it's about doing. And the moment you stop feeling the need to explain yourself, you free yourself from the opinions of others. Not everyone will support you. Not everyone will cheer for you. Some will question you, some will mock you, and some will even try to pull you down. But that's not your burden to carry. Your focus should not be on proving them wrong with words, but proving yourself right with results. Let them talk, let them doubt, let them assume whatever they want. None of it matters. What matters is that you stay focused on your path, that you keep working in silence, that you trust the process, and let your success tell the story one day. Explanations don't change people's minds. Results do, growth does, transformation does. And the best part is, when you finally make it, those same people who once doubted you will pretend they always believed in you. They will suddenly respect the journey they once criticized, but by then it won't matter because you won't need their approval anymore. So stop explaining, stop justifying, stop waiting for people to believe in you before you start believing in yourself. Move in silence. Let your success be your voice. Let your growth shock them, because one day they won't ask you why you started, they'll ask you how you did it. People often wait for motivation to strike before they take action. They tell themselves, I'll start when I feel ready, or I'll move forward when I feel inspired. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind. Some days you wake up feeling unstoppable, and other days you don't even want to get out of bed. If you rely on motivation alone, you will never achieve anything great because the moment it fades, you stop moving. This is where discipline comes in. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation disappears. It's the ability to show up for yourself even on the days you don't feel like it. It's doing the work even when you're tired. It's pushing forward even when there's no applause, no validation, and no immediate reward. And this is what separates those who succeed from those who only dream. People who achieve great things aren't always motivated. They don't wake up every day excited to work hard, but they do it anyway. They have built habits that make progress inevitable. They don't negotiate with their emotions. They don't let their feelings dictate their actions. They have trained themselves to show up no matter what. Imagine if an athlete only trained when they felt like it. Imagine if a writer only wrote when they were inspired. Imagine if a student only studied when they were in the mood. Would they ever reach excellence? No, because greatness isn't built on moments of excitement. It's built on consistency, on showing up day after day, even when no one is watching. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they lack discipline. They start something, but the moment it gets hard, they stop. They tell themselves, maybe it's not meant for me, or maybe I'm just not good enough. But the truth is, they simply weren't consistent enough to see results. Progress takes time, and if you keep quitting every time you feel unmotivated, you will always remain stuck. The key is to build habits that make success a part of your lifestyle. Set a routine, stick to it. Train your mind to work even when you don't feel like it, because the more you show up, the easier it becomes. Discipline, like any other skill, gets stronger with practice. The more you push yourself to stay consistent, the more natural it becomes. It won't be easy. There will be days when you want to quit, days when you feel exhausted, frustrated, or even hopeless. But those are the moments that define you. Will you give in to your excuses, or will you push through? Will you wait for motivation to return, or will you create your own momentum through action? Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. And the more disciplined you become, the more unstoppable you get. Because discipline means you no longer rely on fleeting emotions, you rely on commitment. You no longer depend on external motivation, you create your own. And that is where true power lies. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop relying on inspiration. Build discipline and success will follow, because at the end of the day, motivation might get you started, but only discipline will keep you going. One of the biggest traps in life is comparison. It is so easy to look around and feel like everyone else is ahead, like they are achieving more, living better, and somehow have it all figured out. Social media makes it even worse. You see people traveling the world, getting promotions, building businesses, living a life that seems so perfect, and then, without even realizing it, you start questioning yourself. You start doubting your own journey. You wonder why you're not where they are, why success seems to come easily to them while you struggle every day. But here's the truth. Comparison is a lie. It's an illusion that steals your happiness, your confidence, and your focus. No two journeys are the same. Everyone has their own timeline, their own struggles, their own battles that no one sees. The problem is, when you compare, you only see the highlight reel. You don't see the late nights, the failures, the doubts, the moments of wanting to quit. You only see the results. And when you measure your beginning against someone else's peak, you will always feel like you're falling behind. But you are not behind, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. The only person you should ever compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. That is the only competition that matters. If you are growing, if you are improving, if you are working towards becoming a better version of yourself, then you are on the right path. It doesn't matter if someone else got there faster. It doesn't matter if their journey looks easier. Your focus should be on your own progress, not on trying to keep up with someone else. There is no deadline for success. Some people achieve their dreams at 20, others at 40. And some even later. The ones who truly succeed are the ones who never stop moving forward, no matter how long it takes. Your time will come, but only if you keep going. The moment you start focusing on yourself instead of others, everything changes. You stop feeling like you're not enough. You stop chasing things that don't even align with your true purpose. You start realizing that your journey is unique, and that is your greatest strength. Every minute spent comparing is a minute wasted. A minute that could have been used to learn, to grow, to build something meaningful. Instead of watching what others are doing, invest that energy into yourself. Work on your skills, develop your mindset, push yourself to be better every single day. Because in the end, the people you once compared yourself to won't even matter. The only thing that will matter is how far you have come. Stay in your lane, focus on your journey. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, because when you stop looking at others and start looking within, that's when real success begins. Success is not about how fast you get there, it's about how long you're willing to keep going. Most people give up too soon. They start with excitement, full of dreams and goals. But the moment things get difficult, the moment progress feels slow, they start doubting themselves. They expect overnight results, and when they don't see them, they assume they are failing. But nothing great happens overnight. Nothing meaningful is built in an instant. Anything worth having takes time, effort, and an unshakable belief that no matter how long it takes, it will be worth it. Patience and persistence go hand in hand. Patience means understanding that the process will take time, but persistence is what keeps you moving forward despite the obstacles. Because there will be obstacles, there will be moments when everything feels like it's falling apart. There will be times when you put in the work and it seems like nothing is changing. But this is where most people give up, and this is where you must push through. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. Those who make it refuse to quit. They don't stop when things get hard. They don't stop when results are slow. They keep going. Think about a seed planted in the ground. You water it every day, but for weeks, sometimes months, you see nothing. If you stop watering it because you assume nothing is happening, it dies. But if you keep taking care of it, one day when you least expect it, it breaks through the soil and starts to grow. That's exactly how progress works. Just because you can see immediate results doesn't mean nothing is happening. Growth happens in silence. Progress happens beneath the surface. And one day, when the time is right, everything you've worked for will come together. The problem is, most people are in a hurry. They compare their journey to others and feel like they are falling behind. They see someone else succeeding faster and assume they are doing something wrong. But no two journeys are the same. Everyone has their own timeline. Just because someone else reaches their goals before you doesn't mean you won't get there. It just means your path is different, and there is nothing wrong with that. The only thing that matters is that you keep moving. Patience is not about waiting and doing nothing. It's about trusting the process while continuing to work. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't see progress. Even when things aren't going your way. It's about believing that everything you are doing today is building the future you want. Every small effort, every late night, every early morning, every sacrifice, it all adds up, it all matters, and when the time is right, you will see the results. Most people overestimate what they can do in a month and underestimate what they can do in a year. If you stay patient and persistent, you will look back one day and realize just how far you've come. The struggles, the delays, the moments of doubt, they will all make sense. Because they weren't there to stop you, they were there to prepare you. Everything you go through is shaping you into the person you need to become to handle the success that is coming your way. So don't rush the process. Don't let frustration make you quit. Stay patient, stay persistent. Because if you refuse to give up, success will have no choice but to find you. At some point in life, you will realize that the biggest limits are not the ones the world places on you, but the ones you place on yourself. The way you think, the way you speak to yourself, the way you see your own potential, these are the things that shape your reality. Too many people live their lives trapped in self-doubt, convincing themselves that they are not capable, that they are not good enough, that success is meant for someone else. But the truth is, you are only as limited as your mindset allows you to be. The moment you decide to break free from those thoughts, everything changes. People often look at successful individuals and think, they must have had an advantage. They must have had the right connections, the right circumstances, the right timing. But if you really listen to their stories, you will find that most of them started just like everyone else. Full of doubts, fears, and insecurities. The only difference is that they refused to let those things define them. They chose to believe in themselves even when no one else did. They pushed forward even when they felt unprepared. They failed, but they didn't let failure convince them to stop. And because they kept going, they proved to themselves and the world that limitations exist only in the mind. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you have to start thinking differently. You have to reprogram the way you see yourself. Instead of saying, I can't, start asking, how can I? Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, start focusing on what could go right. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, start seeing them as opportunities to grow. Because every challenge you face is shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for the future you are meant to step into. The problem is most people never take that first step because they are waiting for the perfect moment. They wait until they feel ready, until they have all the answers, until the fear disappears. But that moment never comes. There will always be uncertainty. There will always be fear. And if you let those things control you, you will stay stuck in the same place forever. The only way to grow is to start before you feel ready, to take action even when it scares you, to trust that you will figure things out along the way. Doubt will always be there, whispering reasons why you shouldn't try, but if you listen to that voice, you will never know what you are truly capable of. The only way to silence doubt is through action. The more you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, the more confidence you build. The more you prove to yourself that you are capable, the quieter that voice of fear becomes. And one day you will look back and realize that the only thing that was ever stopping you was you. The greatest transformation happens when you start believing in yourself, when you stop looking for validation from others and start trusting your own potential, when you stop letting fear make your decisions and start taking control of your own life. Because at the end of the day, no one else can do it for you. No one else can change your mindset. No one else can push you forward. It all starts with you. So stop waiting, stop doubting, stop limiting yourself. You have everything you need within you. It's time to believe it. It's time to step into your power. It's time to shock the world.